What's a story you've never told or a secret you've never shared?
I got robbed in Moscow. Don't think I've ever told this story. Have I ever told this one? Let me think. Don't think so. I got robbed in Moscow. So
When was it? What happened?
And I like Russia, and I like Russians, but this is the first time I went to Moscow. 3 years ago, 4 years ago. So, do I tell this story? Yeah, all right. Everything starts with women, doesn't it? Man, they're such an attack vector. So I'm talking to this chick on Instagram. Blah, blah, blah. I'm ignoring her. She keeps messaging me all the time. Come Russia, come Russia, come Russia. I'm like, no, I'm not coming to Russia. I've got things to do. Then like 7 other baddies from Russia start messaging me, and everyone wants me to go to Russia. I'm like, why do all these hot girls want me to go to Russia? Why everyone wants me to go to Russia? This sounds like a setup. Something ain't right. But I'm glad I can go to Russia. I can't get a visa anyways, too much work. Then the football game came. There was some football thing. I think it was a FIFA, I don't know, football, Euro game, something. It was in Moscow. And if you bought a ticket, you instantly got a visa to go to Russia. So I was like, this is the easiest the visa's ever going to be. Do I go? And then I looked up and I found a game. I think it was like Poland versus Korea or something. It was like €6, this ticket to this game. It's like a €6 Russian visa with no work. Okay, but I'm going to be on my game because I don't trust this. They're after me, the agents. So I buy this ticket, I get my visa, I fly to Moscow. I've booked the Kopinski in advance, the Kopinski hotel, because I think if I stay in a 5-star hotel, I'll be okay. I land at the airport, I've got my bag, I go to walk out, guy in a yellow vest goes, taxi, taxi. I say, yep, taxi. I go to get in the taxi, and he starts walking towards the civilian car park. And this has happened to me a lot of times in Eastern Europe. It happened to me in Moldova, even in Romania it happens sometimes. People pretend to be taxis, but they're not taxis, and they try to take it to their car. And I'm like, no, I want an official taxi, not get in your car. He's like, I am a taxi. I was like, no. Been around, goodbye. Turned around, start walking back to the taxis. Him and his yellow vest runs up and goes, okay. And he points at this yellow car that said taxi, in the taxi rank, taxi. And he goes, says something to him in Russian, blah, 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 blah. And he goes, okay, here's taxi, sir, taxi. Guy gets out, the taxi driver. Taxi driver gets out. He's like 6 foot, 130 kilo, Mongolian, looks like a wrestler. Gets out.
Zangief.
Yeah, Zangief. Zangief gets out. And because this is how my mind works, I look at him up and down and go, could I take him? It'd be messy. I'll be all right, but it'd be messy. So he gets out, he opens the trunk, ushers for me to put my bag in the trunk, put my bag in the trunk, close the trunk, get in the back of the car. The car starts driving down the motorway in Russia. And he has his phone as the meter, which is the first suspicious thing. And his phone is up there, and this number, Russian rubles, is going through the fucking roof. I'm like, how much is the Russian ruble? I don't even know. So I get my phone out, and I turn on the data, and I get my text message. Hi, data is 25 pounds a megabyte. And I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. How much is the Russian ruble? And I worked out that I've been in this car for 4 minutes, and I owe $600 in taxi. So there's no way that's the taxi fare. So we're driving down the highway at speed, and I'm like, brother, this is fake. This is a scam, bro. And this is the weirdest experience of my life. He totally ignored me. But what can you do? He's driving the car. And people don't ignore me when I talk. So this big man's driving the car, and I've tapped him on the shoulder saying, you're trying to rob me. I was like, bro, you're trying to rob me, stop the car. And he's just like, just totally ignoring me, driving the car. So I'm like, what? I don't want to hit him, but I guess I kind of had to. So I shoved him so the car moved a bit and said, stop the fucking car, I'm not paying this. I don't have the money. Bro, I've been around long enough. I know a killer when I see one. And he turned around and looked me dead in the eye. This man's killed someone, I swear to God. Because I have that look, so I know when I see it. Takes one to know one. He looks me dead in the eye, looks back, gets the phone, dials a number, hands me the phone. Because I guess he doesn't speak English. I hit the phone and say, hello? It's the first guy who tried to take me to the car. He goes, you wanted a taxi. I was like, bro, I don't even have this money on me. So I don't know what you expect to happen, because I don't have this money on me. He goes, you wanted a taxi, pay the fare. I said, bro, I can't pay it. I don't have it. Tell him to stop at the nearest gas station. I'll give him the money I have on me, and I'll get a real taxi. Hold on. Didn't even answer me, just hung up on me. So I go, what can I do here? If I hit this guy, I guess the car crashes. This other guy isn't answering. They want money I no longer have. So I tapped the guy and I said, okay, I'll pay it. Call your friend again. Call your friend. Gives me the phone again. I was like, listen, I think I had like $4,000 on me. I said, look, I have $500 is all I have. I'll pay the $500 when we get to the end, if you let me out. The guy goes, no, you paid the meter. Hung up again. I was like, you fucking cunt. Like, unbelievable. So I thought it'd be smart. So I emailed, because my phone call wasn't working, so I emailed the Kopinski and said, I'm having a problem with the taxi. Can someone be waiting for me outside the Kopinski hotel? It's urgent, please. I emailed their info@kopinski.russia as a complete random. And I thought they'd never reply in time. They replied instantly, within 20 seconds. Yes, sir, someone will be waiting for you, no problem. So I was like, thank God they replied to that fast. Great. The concierge can argue, the taxi driver, work all this out. So now I'm just relaxing. I'm kind of chill a bit. And I just had to prod the guy. I was like, do you speak English then? Totally ignored me. I was like, you're friendly. So I'm just talking shit. So anyway, we pull up at the hotel. I'm all confident, right? Guy's gonna be outside. I pull up at the hotel. Nobody's outside. Nobody. No concierge, nothing. So I said to the guy, I go to get out the car. I get out the car. The guy then gets out the car, comes, and he stands face to face with me like a boxing stare off. And shows me the phone of how much I owe him. I don't even know what it is in rubles, 3,000 American dollars, something ridiculous. I said, bro, I don't have it. He looks at me like he's going to murder me. I don't have it. I said, I have $500, that's all I have. He goes, okay. Using my ninja fingers, my hands, I reach in my pocket and I ninja off like 5 100s. Because I've got a pile of money like this. So I'm like, I give it to him. And then the takes the money, and I'm standing at the back of the car, waiting for him to open the trunk, gets in the car and starts driving down the road. I'm like, bro, my bag. He stops like 5 meters later and goes, the rest of the money. He knew. They set me up when I put my bag in the trunk at the beginning. And my bag's got my laptop, all my clothes, everything, which is worth thousands and thousands of dollars. Now, if you ever get in a taxi, don't put your bag in the boot. It was a setup. I was like, you fuck. I was like, call your friend. So he calls his friend. I said, listen, I've already given him $500. It's very clever what you did with the bag. It's like, the guy from the Kopinski is about to come out now. I can't give you more than this. We have to come up to something sensible. Said, I can go to a cash point and try and get some more money, but I need my bag. And he goes, okay, 500 more. I said, fine. Hung up the phone. Instantly peeled off 500, didn't bother going to a cash point. And then guy gets back out the car, and me and him have a Mexican standoff at the back of the car. He opens up the boot. He grabs my bag, I've got the money, and we kind of swap them. Just after we've done that, after I paid this fucker $1,000, the guy from the Kopinski walks out. Oh, Mr. Tate, you need help? I'm like, yeah, help. Yeah, carry my bag. You're useless. It's been 10 minutes. Where have you been? Oh, sorry, Mr. Tate. Useless. It's kind of funny because for my other 4 days in Moscow, I had a great time. I love the Russian people. They're very nice. I guess I was unlucky. But every time I left the hotel, there was like a row of taxis, and they all looked like this guy. And they'd all stare at me. And I thought, I'm so glad I paid him, because I guarantee if I got in a fight with that guy, I'd be dead by now. They're just waiting outside the Kopinski, these dudes. And the lesson is, never put your bag in the back of a taxi. That's the lesson for everybody, and that's the story. And I survived, and I had a great time in Moscow. But I'm not going to lie, it did sour things a little bit for me. I was a bit nervous, on edge. And that's how I paid $1,000 for a taxi. Turns out the official rate, which I found out on the way back to the airport, which was booked from the hotel, I think it was like $6.
You go.
I got wrecked. But to lose my bag and my luggage was worth so much more.